I'm not sure how many of you are into ebooks, but you may have heard of Amazon's Kindle. It's been out for a while. Allegedly, they're working on a second revision of the hardware, which I think is long overdue. The Kindle is interesting in the sense that you can download, over 200,000 books instantly onto the Kindle without managing it through any kind of computer. Of course, there's DRM that's associated with it. You could browse, various RSS feeds, Wikipedia. You can access, parts of the internet with the Kindle. The screen is a good screen, at least as far as reading text is concerned. The dithering they do for graphics is also halfway decent. I have never really wanted a Kindle, which isn't to say that I haven't wanted an ebook reader. I've always been interested in being able to take reading material with me wherever I went, going all the way back to a service that I don't know if it's still around. If anybody wants to check me here in the chat room, something called Avant Go. And the idea of Avant Go is that you could take bits and pieces from websites and then read them on your mobile device, your PDA, offline, away from any kind of connection, which is, good when you're flying from place to place. But, I've never really been into reading electronic books. And even if I was, I don't think I'd ever want to get a dedicated device for electronic books. And I think the reason why is because I know with a printed book, I can take that with me wherever I go. I now have the book. I could resell that book. I could donate that book. I could put it onto a shelf. I have that book. Of course, I guess the downfall of having a physical book is that I can't search for words easily. So I usually go to a website to see if I can find a manual in PDF form. And certainly I've purchased books that have ebook components, like some type of PDF or a digital media to be read sometimes only on a Windows PC. But I try to find hypertext if I can, just because it's easier to scan for words or phrases, in a book where you can't do that with physical media, obviously. So the reason why I'm bringing up the Kindle now is because in my hands I am holding one. This is not my Kindle. It's Ponzi's Kindle, and she purchased this behind my back. I'm not proud of that. The reason why she did that is because I am kind of against the whole ebook thing for a variety of reasons, DRM being my number one. My number two is the fact that it's yet another device to carry around. If I were to get into reading ebooks, I would likely read them on my iPhone, or, well, if it was an iPod, I guess it's an iPod/iPhone, but I would likely read them on here with either e-reader or Stanza, and I guess there are a few other ebook apps that are available for the iPhone. And some people say, well, you can't compare the screen on the Kindle to the iPod or the iPhone, and that's true. I mean, it's bigger. It was designed for text, for readability in mind. The battery certainly lasts a heck of a lot longer, but here's the thing. Which one of these am I going to carry with me wherever I go? It's probably going to be the iPhone. So, yeah, for those of you who are into disposable text and you have some disposable income and you don't already have some other portable device that has a screen that is decent enough to read text on, perhaps the Kindle is going to be for you. Of course, it's backed by Amazon. It's an Amazon product. I would wait at this point. Another one of the reasons why I was not really into the Kindle was because they made a few engineering mistakes. For one, they've got a mini USB port, but it doesn't charge by mini USB. It charges by an AC adapter. That's kind of a gigantic mistake on Amazon's part. Think about it. You're on a plane, they've got a USB port right there, but you can't charge your device unless it has USB connectivity for charging. And yes, planes are now equipped with USB ports. I mean, I was on a Virgin America flight a few weeks ago, and was able to keep this thing running, playing all my games and catching up on news and doing everything that I'd normally do on my iPhone. See, again, it's an all-in-one device, and if you ask me, dollar for dollar, if I were to recommend either a Kindle or let's take a step back, an iPod Touch, I'd recommend the iPod Touch every time. Every single time. If only because the App Store, it's not just for reading text, it's also for playing games or, checking email and doing all these things, yes, in a smaller screen, but it's just less clunky. And that's my, if I had a word for the Kindle after using it, I think clunky would be my word, and that's not a good word to use when it comes to devices. I do believe that the iPod Touch, in conjunction with the App Store, or the iPhone, certainly in conjunction with the App Store, kind of killed any of my desires to get some kind of ebook reader. So yeah, the Kindle does seem pretty neat. Ponzi loves it. I'll tell you that. She loves it. In fact, I've got the page for it pulled up here on Amazon.com. Approximately 7,000 reviews, 4 stars. It sells right now for $359. She thought about getting one for my mom. That might be interesting, but my mom is afraid of technology. Maybe she wouldn't be afraid of the Kindle. I'm just a little hesitant. I want to see the second version of the Kindle before I would want to recommend it. Ponzi already recommends it, but of course she's not here now, is she? It was designed for reading ebooks, and that's pretty much it. Yes, it can do other things, but ebooks is what it's about. It could last for days, depending on use. Ponzi's the one who's, had this I guess she's had it for a few months now. She didn't tell me when she first got it because she was afraid I was going to get mad. And I was kind of upset. I'm like, but you've got an iPhone, but it's not the same. You're right, it's not the same. But let me also put it to you this way. She never takes this with her, but she takes this with her wherever she goes. Never takes the Kindle, always takes her phone. So, there's a big debate out there right now on whether ebooks are the future. I think I'd be a lot more interested in the idea of ebooks if there were an open market for the content, or just the ability to be able to read the text wherever I was on any platform, and certainly, being able to read it however I want to read it. It's just not possible right now thanks to schemes like DRM. So let me know your thoughts. I know I've got some coupons for the Kindle on Amazon, so if you do want to get a Kindle, let me know. I can get you a coupon. Chris@Perillo.com is how you get a hold of me. And of course, you're also welcome to stop by our community of geeks. I know there are plenty of ebook readers out there. I mean, on geeks.perillo.com. And by readers, I don't mean the hardware, I mean the people who read ebooks. There's over 11,000 geeks registered right now at geeks.perillo.com. And we almost, at least at this time, with 571 people watching the live stream, we almost have 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. Go to youtube.com/lockerroom, subscribe if you haven't already, and then you could be a part of that 50,000. It's a pretty big number there. Well, I think it is. At least I'm happy. I'm happy to be a part of such a vibrant community, and it's always live. This live video feed that has the chat room, which is also live. It's everything brought together, and we're typically talking tech 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at live.perillo.com. We'll see you later.